NFL running back. Way too early rankings.
Let's go,
We
baby.
did quarterbacks. We did wide receivers. Now we're doing our top 10 heading into next season.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe way too early, but some would say right on time.
Yeah.
No, this is
Because
this,
it feels like the right time
This
to
feels
talk about
good.
football.
This feels right.
I want to jump right into it. Mario,
Yep.
give us
Hop
your
on.
top 10 running backs for next season, starting at the top.
Absolutely.
baby.
Well, no surprise at the top. We're going Saquon Barkley.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like
You
it.
know,
Yep.
surprise, surprise. Running behind probably one of the best O-lines, if not the best O-line in the
100%
NFL.
the best O-line.
Just a great offense to be in. He's in his peak physical condition, prime. So, yeah, just number one.
Got further extended too.
Yeah,
New
exactly.
contract.
Yep. Congratulations.
Number two, I have Jameer Gibbs as my
Okay.
number
Nice.
two. He's just 2018 Alvin Kamara reincarnated.
Yep.
He's like Alvin Kamara, but just younger and maybe slightly faster. Not as good of a catcher, but still
Definitely faster.
pretty insane. And he's also in a high-powered offense, great O-line. We saw last year he got more and more touches, obviously helped with Demont getting
hurt,
I
Yeah.
mean, he was a monster last
He
year.
was getting they were trending towards making him the one, I think,
He must have 2,000 all-purpose yards.
probably.
He had 1950.
Yeah, he was insane.
Oh.
Number three, no surprise here, Derrick Henry. It's all pretty chalk. I mean,
surprise
he's
for me.
him and Lamar. It's almost unstoppable.
He's gonna get 16 touchdowns this year, like automatic.
No,
an
it's just
actual way.
automatic.
Yeah.
If it's in
Not
within,
if I continue to fade him. Works every year.
Didn't last year he was.
I put him
I mean,
outside my
last year
top
was a
10 every
menace.
year. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I was about to say.
I say he's
like-
gonna be terrible every single season.
It's tough.
Can't wait to get my list.
one. It's like people with LeBron, like back like
it's
10
Tyler-
years ago, they're like, oh, we don't have much more. It's like
Yeah.
another
Confused.
game.
No, it's
Yeah.
Tyler with Jordan.
There's no
Spieth
way
bet.
2018 Braun does anything good.
Yeah.
You look at the highlights, you're like, maybe
He's
the best
doing
season of all
pretty
time.
Number four, this pains me, but I just think he is this good of a running back. It's Bijan Robinson. I think their offense, I've talked a little bit about the Falcons' offense, as much as I hate to admit it, but I think it could be pretty electric next year, specifically just like putting up a lot of points. I think Bijan's going to be one of those.
You're a Penix guy.
Yeah, I think Penix is going to just sling it. They might lose a lot of games, but I feel like they're like a shootout team next year. That's just kind of how I'm envisioning them.
He
And
can score a lot.
Bijan, a great runner, a great pass catcher. He can kind of do everything. So, yeah, Bijan, and he's also insanely talented. Yeah, horns down,
is
though.
insane.
Horns down. And number five, I have Kyron Williams. I just love the Rams offense, dude. Sean McVay is an offensive genius. He always finds...
Can we zoom in on the way Mike looked at Ryan when Ryan said, wow, there? That's just going to be a great edit. I just want to...
I didn't see it, but
Keep going.
Yeah,
But
I
that
don't
was-
even know what to
I
say
caught that
about
at the
it.
corner of my eye.
Jesus
Kyron
Christ.
is the person who kind of proved me wrong last year. I thought he was kind of like a one-season wonder, but he really doubled down and went off last year again. So I think he's here to stay.
I love that guy.
Shout out Kyron.
Shout out
Williams.
Mike for trading him to me.
Shut up,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't have got
Lost
this.
me the
I wouldn't have got
championship.
this championship
Lost me a
without
No, I'm
here
dumb.
three
No,
and
I'm
giving me
dumb.
Kyron
The
Williams.
Rams fan. After
For
2
Marvin
weeks.
Harrison Jr.
No, I'm
No,
done.
I mean shocking. But what do we expect from Mike?
No.
Josh Jacobs, number 6.
Yeah.
I think.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Wow.
I feel like
Sorry,
it's exactly
continue.
where he's being drafted, probably.
it's probably around there. Packers. I think the Packers, this is a bounce back season for them. Jordan Love's, I think, going to look better. They also have a new wide receiver, and I just think everything will kind of improve.
Yeah, the offense
and Josh
was not
Jacobs,
good.
I mean, we saw him last year on this Packers team. He looked great.
He's a freak,
So
yeah. He'll be fine.
I think he continues. He's phenomenal. Nothing much here with Jonathan Taylor at number 7. I think same thing. I mean, I thought he was trending towards maybe being washed because that great first 2 years and then kind of was injured and stuff. Went off last
Yeah,
year.
there was a couple games where just 80-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown.
No, I mean, it's just
Playing him in fantasy was ridiculous.
we know what's going to happen. This is a shocker here at number 8, though. And this isn't biased. Maybe it's slightly biased. I have Alvin Kamara at number 8.
Wow, that
that's
has to
a
be
stretch.
biased.
No, I mean,
biased.
went for
That's biased.
1,500 yards last year, all purpose, obviously, but career high in rushing yards last year. Not many people really talk about it. People think he's kind of washed because he had the injury 2 years ago. Last year, I know the touchdowns weren't there, but a bad year for him is still like 8 or 9 touchdowns.
He had the most rushing yards ever last year.
He never rushed for a
he
lot in
only-
his career. I don't think he's had 1,000 yards.
950.
Yeah, almost 1,000
I don't think
yards
he's had
rushing.
1,000 yards in his
And
career.
always has like 500 plus receiving yards. I mean, he's just a freak. So I know, like a bad year for him. It's because he always goes for like 12 to 16 touchdowns. He only had half that this year with 8. But I don't know. I think with Kellen Moore, our offense will be better. Even with the terrible QB room, I think they're just going to know how to feature Kamara more than Dennis Allen, who doesn't know how to coach
I
anything
hope so. I
offense.
really do. I like watching him.
Number 9, I have James Cook. I think he's just in a great offense. I think running behind Josh Allen helps. It's kind of like the Henry Lamar situation. Just I think Cook's not as good as Derrick Henry, but I mean ran for 1,000 yards last year, had a ton of touchdowns. I don't even know, probably
Yeah,
like 15
a
or
lot of
something
touchdowns for sure.
crazy. I don't see that stopping. And then last but not least, bounce back
16.
season.
Yeah.
16, yeah. Bounce back season for not only this team but this running back Brees Hall.
Ooh, I love Brees.
That's not the bounce back I thought you were going
I
there,
love
but-
Brees Hall. I'll
I like
never
it.
complain.
That's my top
All
10.
All right, Mike, let's see it.
All right. Well, not really gonna pair it too much, but Saquon Barkley is gonna lead off the way here. I love this kind of Eagles team. Obviously, they won a Super Bowl. Or first of all, I don't like this Eagles team.
Sounds like you
Uh,
like the Eagles team.
But
I
I
like
like
you just said you like the Eagles team.
I respect the offense that they put together. One, their offensive line is insane, like Mario mentioned. Number two, having Jalen Hurts is pretty, not fantastic, but he gets the job done with really good receivers.
I mean, not
And-
fantastic. They just blew out win in the Super Bowl.
No, he did. He did. All right. But having Saquon there really just opens up everything.
Question about Saquon: does you having the body issue poster on your wall have any effect with him being
Sports
in the league?
Illustrated body edition.
You're day one is what I mean. Like you're.
Yeah.
I love Saquon.
There was no argument from that. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exist, but I love Saquon. Number two, Bijan, of course.
To the promised land.
I mean, Bijan kind of showed what he can do when he's
Yep.
not Arthur Smith every week. And last,
Arthur Smith effect.
oh, dude, he's
love that
awful.
guy.
He kind of does murder people. And I thought that the ropes are only going to get, longer and longer for Bijan. So, good third year coming
What the
up.
hell does that mean?
I don't know, but
Don't worry
he's
about it.
Going crazy with these guys he likes.
Getting a little crazy here. Christian McCaffrey, comeback player of the year next year.
I don't think that's great.
I think that's
Stop.
going to be number
Not in
3.
Mario's top 10.
I know.
Nope.
I felt like
We'll
that
talk
would
about
be
it
great.
after.
Well, that's why I thought it was going to be crazy. But,
Oh.
I think the loss of Debo Samuel is really going to make the reliance on CMC even heavier. Also, Brock Purdy getting the bag. He understands that Christian McCaffrey is the most talented player on that offense. He realizes that that's the Swiss Army knife you're going to need to use to win any games or give your team a chance. So I like McCaffrey at 3. Number 4, Derrick Henry. I think the Ravens offense is too good to not have somebody, and especially if we're talking just production wise, their offensive line is good enough, and Derrick Henry is finally on a team that has, just significant strengths in other positions to where defenses aren't only honed in on him. So he can be more productive like we saw last year. Number 5, exactly where Mario had him, Kyron Williams. Again, I've mentioned this before, but this Rams offense is going to look absolutely lethal this year, especially if our O-line can stay healthy. We had so many injuries early on, and it kind of just set us back. If that could stay healthy, I think Kyron's going to just feast, especially with Stafford looking good, with Puka coming back looking good, adding Devontae Adams. We're going to be very fun to watch. Number 6, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's just in a spot where he isn't getting 90% of the snaps, which, every fantasy owner wants him to do. And I feel like if he was in that position where he was the only running back in the room, I would have him a lot higher, obviously, because he's so talented. But his lack of ability to catch balls is kind of,
Wait, what?
He's
Jahmyr
3
Gibbs.
for 3.
Okay, keep going.
Slag-
Keep going. No, just keep going. This is
Mike,
this is a social experiment. Like that. I don't know.
Anyways, number 7.
Sorry, did you say Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't catch passes?
No, he does catch passes. Anyway, so number 7 is.
He totally didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't.
Lack
say
of
that.
able to catch balls. It's, people have
He had
it.
540 receiving yards.
Yeah, I was
Out of
wrong.
wide receiver.
Some people have the lack of ability to catch balls. Mike's not one of them, so we're good.
I was wrong.
Mike loves catching balls.
Number
That's
7, Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty's going to come
Wow.
in. No. You joke about it.
That's
you joke
5
about
out
it.
of the.
That's low.
Ashton Genty is going to be incredible this season.
I'm not laughing because of Ashton Genty. I'm laughing because you said Ashton Genty's gonna come, and then just stopped your sentence, bro.
Oh. Oh. Well, that was a mistake.
You shouldn't have said anything.
It's 5 out of the 7 running backs.
No, I mean, he's
Go
not
ahead.
a
Sorry, my
legacy
bad.
run.
Continue.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna do great.
What are we doing here?
Especially because this entire offense is
Above
pretty
the
much
sports
just this entire offense is Brock Bowers, and now it's Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. I don't think Gino's good enough to be like, hey, this is my squadron now. I'm
hell
gonna
does that
steal the show. He's not gonna be like everybody hates Chris, like the main character. He's gonna be like a Addams Family situation, but background character in it.
Wasn't he like fourth in passing last year?
Don't worry about it. Number 8, Joe Mixon. I love this Texans offense. I think he's
I
gonna
like
be
that
able.
poll. I don't mind it.
Yeah, no, I think
he was
he's gonna
healthy,
be
they
able
were
to.
I don't
feast-
like it, but I don't mind it. At
Well,
the same time.
They were going crazy when he was
CJ
healthy.
Stroud when he's gonna be full throttle. I think it's gonna be effective to use a guy like Joe Mixon there. I think he's gonna be very productive. You'll see it at the end of the year.
Full throw.
Number 9 is going to be Mr. James Cook. He's just in a spot where they just he scores. He's a guy that scores. He does that thing.
Just leave it. Yeah, he's a guy
All
that
right.
scores.
There's
Number
a reason
10.
you got last in fantasy. This is awesome. We should have a whole episode of just Mike just giving his take
Top
on
10.
players. Yeah,
Just Mike's
start
top 10.
naming
Number
players.
10, Bucky Irving. Don't worry about it.
Wow,
Just
wow.
Bucky
Why do you
Irving.
like Bucky?
I like the Bucks. I like
good-
their
good
I like their
spot.
situation.
I like Bucky.
Name
That was
rhymes
good.
with the team.
Good
Yeah.
call.
There
I
you
like
go.
that call.
Yep.
All right. Number 1,
I'm a rhymer.
easy. Saquon,
Yep.
rushing leader, clearly
Yeah.
the best running back in football, prime of his career, coming off Super Bowl, everything Mario said exactly. Number 2, Bijan. Third in rushing last season. I agree completely with Mario. That offense is primed to just go
Explode.
nuclear. I love everything about it. Quarterback, wide receivers, even tight ends, it pains me to say. We're getting to those later. And then running back as well. Number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know what Mike was saying about catching passes. He had 1950 all-purpose yards last year and 20,
I was wrong.
and 20 touchdowns. He's
Pretty
the
good.
most versatile running back in all of football on an absolutely electric offense. We will see what losing Ben Johnson does to this offense.
Yep.
I think drafting Lions players isn't necessarily risky, but
There'll definitely be
I
some
don't
downgrade.
know if they're going to be running the same offense. And Jahmyr Gibbs is perfect for that offense. So if they can just kind of take what they had in-house and just replicate it and just keep doing it, Jahmyr Gibbs has to be a top 3 running back. Number 4, Ashton Genty. Great case. I think he can end RB1 or RB2 this year as a rookie.
Wow.
We saw it with Bijan, where if you're put in the right spot on a team that'll let you do it, it doesn't matter how young you are, you can absolutely crush. I think the Raiders have everything they need for an absolute stud running back to come in. I mean, Geno's a really good quarterback. Brock Bowers is a passing threat. They beefed up the offensive line, new coaching. And he's probably the best running back we've seen since Bijan as a prospect. And you can go back maybe 10 years. He's probably RB2, maybe 1 that we've seen drafted. Saquon's probably up there, so maybe like RB3. But I think Ashton's a real special talent. You don't draft him with a top 6 pick to not absolutely pound the rock in the beginning of his rookie deal. So I could see an argument for him being RB2 behind Saquon, above Bijan and Jahmyr, but I wouldn't put him above either of those. Number 5 is Christian McCaffrey. I'm with you, Mike. When he's healthy, I do think he's actually the best running back in football. I know Saquon's the best pure runner. Christian McCaffrey's the best asset
Running
for
back.
a team at running back when he's healthy. But the key word there is when he's healthy, because if you look at the
True.
games he plays, he just doesn't stay
Never
healthy. So if you're talking about fantasy drafts, he's probably the most risky player. But if you can get him towards the back end of the top
Very-
7
And
running
he
backs,
plays
Very
16
high,
games.
high risk, high reward.
if he can give you 14,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
loving it.
Split doink.
Yeah, who knows how many games we get, but I do think San Francisco bounces back a lot. That's where I thought you were going with the bounce back player when you said Brees Hall. 6 is Derrick Henry. This feels too high for me. I don't like putting Derrick Henry in my top 10, but I'm wrong on him every year, so I'm kind of meeting myself in the middle. But my logic is simple. I'll put him at 6, and if I draft him, then he'll do well because I'll never put him in the top 5. I refuse to put a Ravens running back in the top 5.
Fair.
Number 7 is Kyron. He can have a massive year. Stafford's back. Should be able to get 1,500 all-purpose yards, 10 touchdowns. I feel like he's pretty much a lock for a top 7 production running back. 8's Jonathan Taylor. Now, if we're talking about too low, this is far too low for Jonathan Taylor. He was 4th in rushing last year. I don't know if we realize how many games he played last season. He played 14
yeah.
games, and he rushed for 20 yards below Bijan Robinson, who was 3rd in rushing.
No, I mean,
So if
I
you
love JT.
if you take his average, he averaged over 100 yards a game. If he plays every game, he rushed for around 1,800 yards last season.
Jeez.
1750.
And if their
1800
offense
yards.
was half decent, he'd have 18.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he is one of those guys. He's one of the Saquon Bijans.
Yeah.
That's a freak running back prospect. If he stays healthy, he's gonna cook. If you can get him at RB8 in any draft, you
Wrap.
snap that off.
Not in Mike's top
9's
10, right?
A-Chain.
He hates him.
Who knows?
I'm happy you have A-Chain.
Who knows
They're
for
0
A-Chain?
2.
Another one, I think the running backs this year, you can get some crazy value at the bottom of these.
He's
lists.
RB5
Like if you're going 8 and 9, Jonathan Taylor and A-Chain, I mean, there's no reason
Nut.
they both couldn't finish top 5. But who knows with A-Chain? There's a world he finishes RB27.
I don't think there's a world.
That if there's just
Didn't
if
play
two-
with Tua last year
If
and it
two
was
is
RB5.
bad, if two is bad, they run multi-running back. The offense isn't electric. Tyreek's
They just got rid of
out.
Mostert.
Yeah, we'll see. And then 10's Bucky Irving. I'm with Mike. He's my number 10. 10th in rushing last year. Has full control of that backfield. Don't love it since Liam Cohen left, but I feel like he's young enough. They'll still give him the majority of the touches.
Beautiful. I'll make this quick for you. Pretty consensus for a couple of them. Saquon to start, best running back in the league right now, pretty easy. Number 2, Derrick Henry. Not only just every year he does it, but also
I want to zoom in on that.
he loves every time I talk.
Okay.
But also he's going to score a billion touchdowns. Number 3, I have Gibbs. For me, I feel it's a weird spot because if they choose to use the guy they paid $12 million a year to, then it's tough for if you don't have opportunity, it's hard to get a lot of points. So Gibbs, hopefully. Number 4, I have McCaffrey. He's just, when he's healthy, which I'm assuming he's going to be, one of the best running backs in the
Tough
league.
assumption to make.
Yeah, I know. Really tough.
It hurts.
Number 5, I have Bijan. Like they said, their offense should be lethal. Hopefully, Penix just continues what he was doing last year. Should be God. Number 6, I have Jonathan Taylor. I think he could be higher for sure. I wouldn't even mind it. I think he's going to have a huge year next year, regardless who's that quarterback. Number 7, I have A-Chain. Finished RB5 last year. His pass catching ability, I think, is in the best in the league by a lot. They use him as a wide receiver almost more than a running back, and it's great for fantasy purposes and as a running back in the whole. Number 8, I have Josh Jacobs. Packers, they're going to score a lot. He's going to score a lot. Number 9, I have Kyron Williams. Same pretty much argument. Rams should score. He should do well. Number 10, surprisingly, 3 in a row. Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving.
The
10
guy,
feels right for Bucky
no, it
Irving.
feels so right. They
Yeah.
just abuse him, and the Bucks secretly score a shitload of points, and no one ever talks about it. So I like Bucky at 10.
All right.
All right.
A couple things I want to touch on before we move on, and then go talk tight ends in the next episode. Christian McCaffrey, Mario,
Yeah.
he's not in your top 10. You gotta lay out some groundwork here. Why that is. It looks like he's playing like week 1. He's healthy.
Yeah, I have him outside of my top 10. I mean, maybe he would be like in my top 10, but probably in the 8 to 10 range, even if he's fully healthy next year.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually just think
He
like
plays every game.
say he plays every game. I'm not big on San Francisco's offense.
Plays every game. He's at 8.
I don't know. Like, is Ayuk really going to be productive coming off the what was it, ACL or?
Talking about Christian McCaffrey.
No, I know, but I'm saying like they don't really have a receiver. I'm not big on Brock. I think Brock's fine. He's mid. I think when he has great weapons and a great system, but they don't have that same offensive line that they did 3 years ago.
yeah,
They
for
don't
sure.
have the same receivers. They don't have. Also, I mean, McCaffrey's gone through a couple injuries, a couple surgeries, and it's like
So many.
he's just older now. I don't know. I
No,
think
yeah, this wide receiver room is actual misery.
no.
Hey, don't sleep on
I
Juwan
forgot about,
and
I forgot
Ricky.
about Big Juwan.
Big
Yeah,
Juwan.
Ricky Pierce.
Shout out
Big
Carter.
game
Big
Juwan.
Juwan. Yeah.
Yeah. I personally think McCaffrey, I'm just trying to snipe like him finishing like around RB 9, 10, 11. Like he's not going to be far from 10. He might be just inside 10, he might be just outside. I kind of did what I did with the past top 10 list with number 10. I went for a person who maybe I wouldn't have top 10, but someone who I think potentially could. So that's why I put Brees Hall instead of CMC.
That's
So-
fair.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's the running backs rankings
I can't
list.
wait.
I like it.
Let us
Fantasy
know what you think.
football.
Whose list do you like the best? I think we're all pretty consensus at the top.
I'd
A
say
couple
most
mixes
have.
up.
There was
Nothing
like probably
crazy.
6 that we all had. I mean, Mike didn't have what's his name,
Jonathan
Taylor or
Taylor.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh, of course he didn't have Jonathan Taylor. I didn't have Josh
Jonathan
Jacobs.
Taylor.
I didn't have Josh Jacobs.
That's
I'm
fair.
not a Josh Jacobs guy.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I hate Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, we
For
know
no
that.
reason.
Not true.
He's on the hate list.
But what's the
We gotta
reason?
have a Michael hate list.
I
I like
forget-
the Colts.
I need a reminder because I was like,
Oh, you
how do
hate the
not have
Colts?
Jonathan Taylor?
I hate all of Indianapolis.
Oh.
He also
thought-
hated Jonathan Taylor before he hated
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
No, I've hated
It's like separate hates.
Where
Like,
was
there's-
Jonathan Taylor come from though?
life.
Oh, okay, life. I'll just
generic,
clarify.
just general.
Clarifying so we can write
Yeah,
in the
general.
notes. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
I was
general.
in a hateful
Welcome
mood.
to
I
the
needed
brain
throw
of
it.
Michael Yoon. And with that, with you entering his brain, I know it's time to turn off the video.
Welcome.
So
That's absurd.
Yeah.
we'll see you on the next one. Bang.
Bye.